What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another review. This time we're taking a look at Total Recall, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Paul Verhoeven. Now, I'm going to make this review as short and sweet as I possibly can. I love Total Recall. I think this movie is absolutely fantastic. Total Recall was one of those early 90s movies that utilized CGI effects and practical effects, and it looks absolutely fantastic. And I think Paul Verhoeven, after doing RoboCop, brought that experience to this movie, and he just amped it up to the next level. I think Paul Verhoeven is an underrated science fiction director because the man knows how to direct science fiction. He knows how to make it look stylized and fantastic. And Total Recall is absolutely no exception. So, from a directorial standpoint and a production standpoint, this movie looks absolutely beautiful. I like how both Earth and Mars have their own visual, distinct looks to them, and they really stand out, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. From an acting standpoint, this movie has a really good cast. Arnold Schwarzenegger as the lead character, Douglas Quaid. This is probably one of Arnold's most popular movies, to me at least, outside of the Terminator flicks. And Arnold as Douglas Quaid is fantastic. He's great. And the whole concept of, is Douglas Quaid really this character called Hauser? Or is Douglas Quaid, or is everything that's going on in this movie all taking place in Douglas Quaid's head? Since he went to this place called Recall and they pretty much implanted memories of him being a secret agent as like a vacation type thing. What I love about this movie is that Paul Verhoeven never gives you any straight answers. He gives you clues here and there, but sometimes those clues will contradict themselves. So it's really up to the viewer as to whether or not what we're seeing is actually happening or what we're seeing is inside Quaid's head. And I thought Arnold Schwarzenegger did an absolutely brilliant job at portraying the character. I thought he was great. Aside from Arnie, he's backed by a very strong supporting cast. That includes Rachel Tickton, Sharon Stone, Michael Ironside, and Ronnie Cox. And I thought all four of them played their roles exceptionally well. Uh, Sharon Stone plays Arnold's wife in the movie, but it's revealed that she's actually the wife of Victor, and that Arnold and that Quaid is not really Quaid. He's this character called Cole Hauser. And I like and I enjoyed the chemistry with Arnie and Sharon Stone for the most part. I'll tell you this much: throughout the course of this movie, Arnie took so many nut shots. It's amazing he didn't invest himself in a cup, because how that man's balls are not hurting him throughout the course of this movie is beyond me. Because Sharon Stone puts a hurting on Arnie's cock, and but Arnie does get the last laugh when he gives her a beautiful headshot at the end. It's great stuff. But prior to that, Sharon Stone has a very entertaining catfight with the Rachel Tickton character. And I think the Rachel Tickton character is actually pretty interesting. She's like this. She plays this stripper named Melina, who it's revealed throughout the movie has a personal relationship with Cole Hauser, and they pretty much work together to try and like join this resistance that's trying to take down Cohagen's regime on Mars. And and I like the romance that develops between Quaid and Melina. I think it works. I think Tickton and Arnie have an understated chemistry with one another. Not only that, the catfight between Laurie and Melina is very entertaining to itself as well. Michael Ironside, who plays the character of Richter, I like the character of Richter. I think he's cool, and I don't know. To me, Michael Ironside is just great at playing villains, and this movie's no exception. And a lot of the action scenes and chase scenes that Richter has when he's trying to get to Quaid are very, very well done, very, very entertaining, and they have a lot of humor to them as well. And I just like the understated humor that Ironside gives the character of Victor as well. He comes across as just like a nasty motherfucker, and I love it. Ronnie Cox as Cohagen. He's great. I love Ronnie Cox. I love Ronnie Cox. Cohagen to me is just Dick Jones. Only Dick Jones is the president of Mars, and I thought Ronnie Cox played the role absolutely great. You can tell Ronnie Cox is having a ball playing villainous characters. He fits that role like a glove. Mm. So yeah, now there's a lot more to talk about with Total Recall. Like there's the whole subplot of trying to join this resistance, and Cohagen's trying to find this resistance leader named Quato, who is partially played by Marshall Bell, in which he uses this cab driver named Benny, who is the comic relief. And I actually did not mind the character of Benny, and I was actually kind of bummed out they ended up being a double agent for Cohagen, because I was liking the funny side of Benny, and I thought he and Arnie had some decent enough chemistry to themselves as well. So I was kind of bummed out that Benny ended up being a villain. I wasn't really a huge fan of that. I would have had Benny just be a good guy. That's just me personally. I mean, the whole resistance subplot is, it's not horrible. It's okay, but I guess it gives the movie some high stakes. I guess since Quaid is under this, since the movie's is established that Quaid is a secret agent, and so him trying to join this resistance to take down Cohagen, yeah, for grand stakes, it works. It works, I guess. But yeah, like the climax of this movie is a hell of a lot of fun, and probably has one of my favorite Arnold one-liners where Richter is trying to chase Arnie, but Richter's arms get crushed. Arnie throws Richter's arms away, and he's like, "See you at the party, Richter." So, I like all that stuff. I thought this stuff was fun, and the whole ending scene is good too. I enjoyed it. So yeah, when all is said and done, I love Total Recall. I think this movie is absolutely fantastic. From a production standpoint, this movie looks absolutely beautiful. The cast is fantastic. The story is very, very intriguing, smart, and a lot of fun. And it just makes for a very overall entertaining and fun movie. So, for me, Total Recall gets a solid 9 out of 10. I highly recommend this movie. It's great. I didn't even scratch the surface I didn't even scratch the surface even talking about this movie because I want to keep this review as short as I possibly can. So yeah, Total Recall, 9 out of 10. If you like Total Recall, let me know in the comment sections down below. Like the video and subscribe, and I'll check you back next time for more.